What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Lionheart9472 bringing you guys a best class setup for the Vapor-XKG. This gun by far is one of the best guns that I've ever used on any Call of Duty. I love the low recoil. It reminds me of low-key kind of like thinking back to Black Ops 3, it kind of reminds me of like a mix between the Man of War and like something new, kind of like an upgrade to the Man of War. People thought the Rampart was going to be like the Man of War, but I think this is the Man of War, just because of the low recoil. Anyway, I wanted to bring you guys a best class setup to make you a COD player. If you could, before we even get started, go ahead and drop a like on this video. Also, if you have not subscribed to the Pride, make sure to make your voice known and roar with us and hit that subscribe button, become a part of the Pride. Also in the comment section down below, make sure that you talk to me, because I do reply to those. And also, if you're a new subscriber, I will write it down and I'll give you a Class A shout out. Now, into this best class setup. This is honestly one of the best gameplays I've ever had. It's me and the boys just rocking out on a night. But the setup that I was using is long barrel, and long barrel is increased damage fall off ranges. And what long barrel did when I put it on this class setup is it took the range from a 9 to an 11. I also put a high caliber on, which in high caliber is increased damage to headshots. It took the damage from a 6 to a 7. I also put stock 1 and 2, and what that does is improve movement speed while aiming down sights. Accuracy took it from a 9 to a 12, and my gear was acoustic sensor, as well as my perk was dead silence. Now, that all being said, when you put all that together, it pretty much forms this gun to be basically unstoppable. In all honesty, and it's not like it's nerfing it or buffing it or it's cheating. People are gonna low-key kind of hate on you for using this gun, but I mean, it's like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But that being said, this isn't a rush class, so don't hold back and don't camp around corners, but definitely, as you can see in the video, aim down sights around each corner. Don't camp on the corners, but definitely aim down sights. The reason why I put the acoustic sensor on is because it kind of gives you a direction of which the enemies are coming. Honestly, it's kind of like cheating the system in a way, but a lot of YouTubers, a lot of COD players do use it. A lot of players don't use it. They get mad about it. But whatever the case may be, I think that if you put all these together, it will tremendously improve your gaming. I mean, honestly, I didn't think it would be this much. I played around with different class setups and everything like that, but I didn't think it would be that much of a difference. But dude, this thing just absolutely melts enemies, man. It absolutely melts them, and it doesn't matter, because it does have 150 health. So for a lot of weapons, especially in the assault rifle range, they say oh, it has the most increased damage when you're hitting in the body, or it has the most increased damage when you're hitting in the head. Fire rate, everything about this gun is extremely balanced. The best part about having a balanced weapon is when you're firing it, you don't have to worry about somebody having a faster fire rate, unless you're going up against a submachine gun or SMG in close ranges, and then sometimes you might get beat by the SOG SMG, or you might get beat by the Maddox SMG. It just depends. No, I'm sorry, the Maddox is actually an assault rifle. Sorry, you might get beat by the Spitfire. But that leads me to my next point. I will be also making a run and gun slash I don't know if I want to call it a run and gun best class setup or a rush best class setup, because depending on how I'm feeling that day, I like to do both. I like to either kind of hold back a little bit, or I like to rush and just kind of go buck wild, if you will. But anyway, back to this video. The crazy part about this class setup is I didn't think it would be as deadly as it is. If you haven't noticed already, the best way to get a high KD ratio or to improve your KD ratio is to get those streaks in. Now that's what I love about it, is because the streaks do help your KD ratio. Some people hate it, some people love it. I personally do love it. Some people say, oh, it's like, if I can't remember if it was always like that, but I have heard players complaining like, oh, it's in a way it's kind of babying the COD community, and I'm like, nah, not really. It's honestly, it's pretty cool. People hate it because if you hate it, it's because you don't get your streaks a lot. Which in all honesty, I can complain a lot too about not getting my streaks, and I do complain a lot if I don't get my streaks. I'll back out of a lobby and I'll go practice. Talk crap to my friends, use a little bit of profanity. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not perfect, but this best class setup, go ahead and try it. I would recommend definitely trying this. Not only because I said it, but because, like I said, you get your streaks really, really quick with this. Depending on what your streaks are. But as you can see, going to Bloodthirsty pretty quick. Get my UAV. I think I went up to a Merciless or a Ruthless. I forget which one it is, but I know I hit one of those. Also, it's pretty, because it is balanced, as you can see here, when I'm shooting the barricades with the razor wire, it takes less time to kill it, and it takes less clips to go ahead and break that down, mainly because everything is balanced, right? So the damage is balanced, accuracy is balanced, fire rate is balanced, everything is balanced. So with the balanced weapon, it takes a shorter amount of time, a shorter amount of clips to get what you need to get done, as far as like, razor wire or breaking down those barricades, or honestly, I don't shoot the dog, only because I don't care if it's a video game. I'm just totally against that. But I really wish that I could put my reaction here, because this was honestly my best gameplay as far as like getting my streaks and going on a streak. Because it's not my highest gameplay. My highest gameplay was actually I got 38 kills, almost 40. I almost hit a nuclear. Actually, no, it wasn't nuclear because it wasn't consecutive gun kills. But this is my best gameplay so far with streaks. And I was so dude, I was hyped. I was nervous. I was like, my heart was pounding. Like, if you could hear the party chat, but like I said, I'm using profanity. So, I kind of freaked out a little bit. But dude, I was just trying to focus on not messing up my streaks. I went ahead and got the attack chopper. I got my Hellstorm. I have not used a Hellstorm yet because, like, I'm hot. What is that, a Ruthless? Yeah, I think it's a Ruthless. So I went on the Ruthless, which I think is a 10 kill streak. And then this is when it all kind of went to poop, if you will. Attack chopper is one of my best score streaks. It's one of my favorites because, dude, everybody knows this is the most OP, most annoying score streak that you can get, other than the daggone strike team. That strike team might be the most annoying on the game so far. I'm not even going to lie, which I'm probably going to make a video on the most annoying things about Black Ops 4. But yeah, here's when I choked. But, like, I had an 11-0 KD ratio. I'm sorry, a 21-0 KD ratio. 21-0. I had 21.00 KD ratio. Like, that was insane. Then went pretty buck wild on the Hellstorm. Dude, at this point, I was just hyped. Like, I didn't really see this guy. Like, I was just excited with my friends. I do kind of turn it around here and get things going. Using Recon as my specialist. Oh crap, I totally forgot to mention, in the first gameplay that you saw, we were at Hacienda, which is definitely one of my favorite maps. As you can see by the first video that I put up of tips and tricks, that, when it's Hacienda, bro, that's my map. Like, I go off. I used to hate Militia all the way around because I didn't approach it the right way, but the best way to approach this map is to pick a side. Once you pick a side, it pretty much becomes basic right there. But like I said, anyway, guys, this is your boy Lionheart9472 bringing you guys his gameplay. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure once again to hit that like and subscribe button. Become part of the pride. I love you. LLE to you, DIE. Gone.